Hi, I'm Gladys from Sophos Support, and today I'll show you the different methods to run the Sophos Diagnostic Utility, or SDU. If you've raised a case with Sophos Support, we sometimes need detailed logging and system information to troubleshoot. So, we'll ask you to run SDU log collection on your affected device. The SDU tool pulls Sophos logs, event logs, and other system information into a zip file which we extract and review. In Sophos Central, there are several ways to run the SDU: running it remotely from Sophos Central, running it locally on the device, and downloading the SDU tool manually if an installation fails. I'll cover the steps for both Windows and Mac. Check out the timestamps in the video description and skip ahead to the appropriate method for your scenario. We'll start by running the SDU directly from Sophos Central. From the dashboard, navigate to the affected endpoint or server. Click More Actions and select Diagnose. In the pop-up, click Run. This will send a request to the endpoint to run the SDU and upload the generated zip file directly to our servers. Note, the machine must be powered on for this to work. If unsuccessful, it will keep attempting the request for 14 days. Scroll down and you'll see the last runtime and the file name. Sophos Support is not automatically notified once the SDU has finished running, so you'll need to provide this file name to us so we can locate it. The next option is to run the SDU on the endpoint itself. I'll cover the steps for both Windows and Mac. Open the Endpoint UI and click About. Click Open Endpoint Self-Help Tool and Launch SDU. Then click Start. This will take 1 to 5 minutes to complete in most cases, but it can take longer for systems which have more log files than others. Once that's done, hit Submit, and you now have two options to send the generated file. If you choose to send to Sophos, the SDU will upload the zip file directly to our servers. Once that's done, a link is displayed that you can provide to Sophos Support to access the files. The other option is to submit manually in a browser. This is only applicable if you need to create a new case, as it will open the browser directly on the Sophos Support portal. Create a new support case, fill in the required information, and hit Submit to create the case. Open the new support case ID that you created and click Upload a file. Find the SDU file. By default, it is saved to the temp folder. The zip file will be named after the computer on which the SDU was run, along with the date. Once that's done, hit Submit. If you're using a macOS device, the steps will be much the same as Windows. Open the Sophos Endpoint UI, click the About button, then Run Diagnostic Tool. This opens the Endpoint Self-Help tool. From here, select Launch SDU, click Run, and log collection will begin. Once complete, the log file will be outputted to the desktop. You can then provide this to support using the Sophos Support portal as demonstrated earlier. The last option is to download and run the SDU manually. This is useful in the case of an installation failure where the SDU wasn't fully installed on the system. For Windows, navigate to the SDU knowledge base article. This is linked in the video description. Scroll to the Download SDU for Windows section and click the link. Agree to the terms and conditions and hit Submit to download. Now, extract the downloaded zip file and launch the SDU. After that, Follow the same steps as before to run the utility and submit directly to Sophos. Remember, you'll need to provide us with a link displayed at the end so we can find your files. Alternatively, you can submit this manually via browser too, using the steps shown earlier. If you're using a macOS device, navigate to the SDU Knowledge Base article. This is linked in the video description. Scroll to the Download SDU for Mac section and click the link. Extract the downloaded zip file and launch the SDU. Click Run. Once complete, the log file will be outputted to the desktop. You can then provide this to support using the Sophos Support portal as demonstrated earlier. That completes the overview of the Sophos Diagnostic Utility. I hope you found this video useful. Check out the documentation for this tech vid in the description. For further assistance, view and post questions on community.sophos.com. And go to techvids.sophos.com for more great videos like this one. Thanks for watching!